Don't let these months fly by you. There is still time to get in that summer trip. And let's be real, we might want to add the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to our list. The Cleveland Museum is home of all things rock and roll, and that's an expansive definition, y'all. The new SNL exhibit also brings you up close to artifacts from musical sketches like the cowbell, or maybe the glasses from Run DMC, or the dress from Sabrina Carpenter, and so much more. Check out the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to learn more about the music that connects us all. More info is at rockhall.com/exhibitions/SNL 50 Years Music. Today on CityCast Chicago, City Hall might be coming to your neighborhood in the next few weeks. Now, why would you need to visit City Hall? Well, I sat down with the city clerk to learn why hers is Chicago's most visited government office. It's Monday, August 11th. I'm Jacoby Cochran, and this is what Chicago is talking about. Before we jump into the conversation, I got a quick favor I want to ask you. CityCast is doing our annual listener survey, and it would really help the team if you took it. It's at citycast.fm/survey. Now, even if you took it last year, go ahead and take it again, since we can't use last year's data anymore. And when you take it, you'll be eligible to win a $250 Visa gift card and some CityCast Chicago merch. Again, that's citycast.fm/survey. I appreciate you ahead of time. All right, let's jump into it. I'm here with Anna Valencia, the city clerk of Chicago. Welcome to CityCast.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's start with the basics. You've been in this role for the last 8 years. The city clerk's office is one that a lot of people may end up interacting with, but may not totally register or understand. Even on your website, you all say the clerk's office is the most visited office in Chicago government. So let's start with the basics. What does the city clerk and your office do?
Very good thing to know. We serve 1.2 million residents per year. We bring in $135 million in revenue every year. And so when you buy one of those little city stickers that go on your window to drive here in Chicago, you're actually paying to pave 4,000 miles of road every year, because that money we bring in goes right back into the streets. And so that's one of our roles. Also at the city clerk's office, we are the archivist historian and make sure that city council meetings run smoothly. So all the ordinances that go in, we archive them, and we are at every meeting taking the votes, which used to be on a paper roll call. And that took me about 10 minutes to do with 50 names. But we have innovated here at the city clerk's office, and the first major US city to have electronic voting. So you can see it in real time, how your people are voting in your ward, how you want to hold them accountable, which is important. And then lastly, one of our newest programs is called the City Key Card. And about 150,000 Chicagoans have the City Key Card, which we need to get you to get one as well. City Key Card is the first ever municipal ID card for the city of Chicago. It's a 4-in-1. So it's a government ID, a library card, a CTA card, and a prescription discount card. First government ID in the state of Illinois to allow you to self-identify your gender. And it has about 60 businesses that give discounts too. So you can go to Brown Sugar Bakery for 10% off, or Art Institute has free Thursdays for our City Key partners. Sweet Mandy B's, or many other different places you could take it for discount.
What drove the creation of the City Key program? I mean, to provide everything from business discounts to a library card, access to public transit, a small form of ID. What was driving the creation of this?
I believe that the best ideas come from our residents. About 10 or 12 organizations came to us, said, hey, we have the reentry community that can't get a state ID or driver's license because of lack of documentation or the fee. Our undocumented community, our young people who don't drive in the city, they need an identification card as well to show who they are. And so our seniors, LGBTQ, all these folks, people with disabilities came together and they're like, okay, this is the color it should be. These are the documents we need. Here's how the point system should work for it. And we want this out in our community. We don't want to come downtown. So all of our city keys are actually printed in person within 10 minutes in your neighborhood. And another idea that came from the community is mobile city hall, which we're doing right now. And I want to do a plug for it because the next few weeks, we're going to have these opportunities for people to come get their city key or their city sticker or their dog license or other services in their neighborhood on a Saturday or after work hours. And so that we can meet people where they are.
You all are doing one at Robert Taylor Park in Bronzeville on August 12th. How does the mobile city hall work? Is it similar to just coming into the clerk's office, except it's out of a van or a bus or a makeshift?
No, I know. So mobile gives you that name that's like a little like bookmobile.
Like, should I be looking for a food truck?
No.
Or a...
First of all, we're not that cool to have food trucks, but we're going to be at the park facility. So like, it's kind of like a pop-up. Think of like have a pop-up event. And so we're popping up at the park district facility. We'll have different tables. You can come in, buy your city sticker. Department of Finance is there if you need to like pay a parking ticket, which I know, but guess what? There's payment plans. So if you get a parking ticket, get on a payment plan. You can pay as low as $10 a month.
I don't want to pay anything. And I can understand that I got some tickets that are 65% maybe my fault. I'll take maybe 65%. But even if I'm on a payment plan, it's a lot of the services you provide for people, whether it's a vehicle sticker, you can pay your tickets, business licenses. I don't know. I imagine these aren't a lot of things that people are coming with like a big grin on their face to do. No. So how do you all
we have the library there. So at our pop-up event, this mobile city hall, we have like the library. So if you get your city key card, which is free, it's absolutely free, you can activate your library card that day as well. And then also there's job opportunities. So the Department of Aviation will be there. They're hiring right now, so people can look for job opportunities. There's a lot of free programs out there in the city, porch repair programs. Right now, our animal care controller are doing free adoption of pets, no fees. You have to pay for a pet. And so there are a lot of things that people just don't know about. And I think that one of the biggest inequities we have is access to information. And so if we can come out there in your neighborhood and get you to come in for a city key card, maybe you'll stop at other different departments and say, hey, you know what? I can sign my kid up for gymnastics for free because I can qualify for that program. Or I can, the library has free ESL classes. I can, learn English there, or I can get a computer and find employment because I don't have a computer or internet at home. And so there are a lot of great benefits we have, just people don't know about it.
We've talked about a few of the programs from City Key to Mobile City Halls. You all handle business licenses, vehicle stickers. What would you say has taken up the bulk of your attention? Like, what do you think the city clerks, maybe number one, or the responsibility that drives so much of the work or so much of the bandwidth in the office?
I think you have to do more than just the bare minimum. Like, there's a responsibility to do more than just what's been assigned to me in vehicle stickers and overseeing city council. So one really cool thing we're doing is everything here is paper-based. And I told you, like, this archaic system, I used to say, alderperson, then their name, alderperson, yay or nay, all these ballots. Now we're electronic voting. Now we want to digitize all of our records. Mm-hmm. So we are completely changing, it's called council modernization, how we interact. And so on the back end, where the public doesn't see, I have people that proofread out loud still, and like we scan in paper, a bunch of paper, and we then have to like make this paper journal that's like this thick.
This move to digital, while it can definitely improve accessibility, like you say, close some of those information gaps, they're not all without their like challenges. I know the City Key Municipal ID program has been one of your signature accomplishments as clerk, but your office came under a little bit of fire earlier this year after Immigration and Customs Enforcement subpoenaed the city for documents related to City Key applications. Can you explain what happened there?
Sure. So again, technology is great. And then if we were living in normal times, people would be applauding that we created an online platform where people could apply for city keys from their house, or if they have a disability and can't come to an in-person event, they could apply and have it mailed to their home. But unfortunately, when you have someone that we have as president who's trying to terrorize our residents, really put fear into them, and come after people's personal data, personal information. Like, that is not the United States of America. That is not the country we grew up in. So thankfully, we have an amazing legal team here.
I mean, for many in our community, that is the United States. This constant like fear, this constant being under the attack of the administration, having policies roll back your civil liberties. For so many, that is, you know, the United States of America. Maybe not theoretical, but in their everyday experience.
Well, yes, I mean, that is true, and thank you for noting that. I think what is new to me is the federal government subpoenaing, you know, people's personal data information
I hear you.
Literally go and try to find them and lock them up, without due process. I think that, to me, is just it's crazy. It's just we're in a precarious situation that I have not found myself in. So I'm grateful for our legal team here that was able to shut down that subpoena and protect our constituents' privacy and data, because also in that data are domestic violence survivors who can't get that information out because of fear of their lives. And so, yes, unfortunately, we had to pause the online platform for now and not have that greater access, because we were able to hear from our residents. Again, it goes back to listening. And we took the pulse and we listened and we asked them, and it was actually surprisingly split. Some people wanted us to fight and keep going, and then others wanted us to pause it. And so ultimately we did that. But it's not going to be forever, and City Key is not going away. I made that very clear.
People can still apply in person through the paper documents, which aren't retained in the same way as the online files, which is one of the
Correct.
reasons ICE and the federal government were able to subpoena those. I mean, you talk about shutting the program down, but, you know, have there been any other changes made since the subpoena came down? Like, have you all started to think about other ways to digitally offer this to people without this fear and this consequence? And also, has the city turned over any of those online documents?
Oh, no, we were able to not have to turn over anything with City Key related. We were able to shut down that administrative subpoena and keep, you know, City Key going in person. Because again, like what you said, if you come in person, you get those documents back. We don't retain any documents. So there's no record for them to get. But the online platform was different. And so that's why we paused the online platform for now. But City Key is still going. There's still appointments. You know, we're making sure that we're doing everything we can to ensure when you come to our mobile city hall events that we are there, we are welcoming, we are inviting, and we are protecting people as much as we can under this climate, because the fear is real. I mean, even we're hearing, you know, people may not want to send their kids the first day of school. And we need to make sure that we're showing up in communities that are having fear and saying, you know, we are here with you. We are welcoming you. We're going to continue to be that city that embraces everyone and showing up.
All right, so I want to name a couple qualities. I want you to think if they apply to you, and just maybe I might got your next career move. Ready? I bet. Do you have a passion for people? You're excited to help others, and you got great customer service skills. Do you crave flexibility? Right? You want to be in charge of your own schedule and chart your own course. Do you got that hustle in you, right? Are you ready to turn that drive into something meaningful? All right, if you answer yes, then hey, real estate might be your next big move. Realtors help people make one of the biggest decisions of their lives, buying or selling a home, and no 2 days are the same. It's a chance to grow a business, make an impact, and build the lifestyle you're working towards. Visit realtorsrealestateschool.com to set up a free career consultation. We got a couple months of summer left, but before we know it, them cold and windy days will be upon us. Can your windows hold up against yet another Chicago fall and winter? Replace your older builder-grade windows with custom-built, high-quality windows from Window Nation. They offer a lifetime warranty on all their windows, so you can rest assured knowing your home is protected. And their installation crews have installed over 3 million homes and do the job in 1 day or less. This month, get 50% off of all window styles, over 1,500 to choose from. Put zero down, make zero payments, and pay zero interest for 2 years. That's right, you can pay nothing until 2027. Hurry up because this sale ends soon. Don't miss out. This is Window Nation's most popular deal. Schedule a fast, free estimate now with Window Nation. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Got any fun trips coming up? One thing you probably haven't put on your packing list is learning the language. But with Babbel, you can start talking in just a few weeks. I'm David Plotz, the CEO of CityCast, and I've been learning Spanish with Babbel. And I also just persuaded my friend who's going to France this fall to learn French with Babbel, but that is another story. Babbel's extremely fun and intuitive. It's like having a private tutor in your pocket. Handcrafted by over 200 language experts, Babbel's lessons are voiced by real native speakers and built with science-backed cognitive tools and interactive features to fit any learning style. I love a lot of the different Babbel features. The Babbel games for sentence building, Babbel speech recognition, which helps me get the pronunciation right. And now I'm really into Babbel's word of the day, which greets me on the homepage of the app. Every day, a new word revealed like a little surprise with a sentence to help contextualize it. It's like a daily treat for me. Studies from Yale, Michigan State, and other leading universities continue to prove that Babbel works. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. Look, I want you to learn another language. So I'm teaming up with Babbel to gift you 55% off subscriptions, but only for CityCast listeners at babbel.com/CityCast. Get up to 55% off at babbel.com/CityCast. Spelled BABBEL.com/CityCast. Babbel.com/CityCast. Rules and restrictions may apply.
You've been in this position for 8 years, 3 mayoral administrations. You were appointed by Rahm. You've run with not very many challengers over the last couple of elections. I wonder if some people don't realize this is an elected position in the city. One, do you see yourself running again? And 2, what is the biggest thing you've learned 8 years as essentially the city's record keeper?
So a couple things. First of all, I did run for Secretary of State. So I ran in 2022 and was really interesting about learning about yourself. It was during the pandemic when I tried to do this. I had a 9-month-old and decided, hey, I'm going to run statewide. It almost killed me, but it was also exhilarating. It was fun. And I learned a lot about myself because had I won, I would have been the first woman Secretary of State, first Latina Secretary of State in Illinois history. And I said this the night I lost, that I am not going to be the last. I might have cracked that ceiling and I hope that there's another woman that will finally break it. But the other thing I lost about what I learned about myself when losing is what you're made of, the resilience and what it's to stand back up and think about continuing to serve, because it's never been about me. It's been about the other young women that are coming up and the people and the youth that I see that are so energized. So will I run again? That's the plan. I'm not done. I don't feel done. I feel like I have maybe one more to get some things accomplished. I hope. I don't know what's going to happen in the mayoral race. I've already had 3 mayors, which has been quite interesting. I'm 40 and I'm the veteran of City Hall.
I was going to say, let the critics have it and it won't be ending at 3.
I'm going to tell you, it's crazy because at 40 and being the veteran of City Hall, it's interesting. But I just want to keep working with good people who are ready to serve and roll up our sleeves. There's too much at stake right now to be infighting and not to be all rowing the same direction and standing together and building coalitions. If we don't build coalitions and we can't, find some common ground in our own city, how are we going to survive the next 3 years?
Is the work made that much harder shifting from mayoral term to mayoral term to mayoral term? I imagine the office has to be insulated in some ways against the changing administrations, but does it make your work difficult that you've had to kind of work with 3 very different partners over the last 8 years?
I think what makes it difficult is when everyone wants to come in and make their own new program, when some of the programs that have been working are really doing great work. So, keeping that consistency of some economic development programs happening. For example, the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund that was started under Mayor Emanuel, but it kept going, which I'm happy to see. Like that's great because that's you can see in our neighborhoods people applying for those and seeing real economic development happen. And so hopefully we can keep the institutional knowledge. That's really important. But we've had a lot of retirements. People have been working in 20, 30 years are starting to retire, and that institutional knowledge is key for any new administration coming in or existing administration. And so I think that's really important for whoever is our next mayor, is keeping that institutional knowledge, realizing what works and double down on that. And I understand you want to put your new kind of fingerprints on it and your new stamp, but like trying to keep and surrounding yourself with people that have done the work and knowing, taking that feedback, listening and bringing people along, because we need someone that's going to keep giving us a vision and inspiring us to want to dig in deep and do the work.
One last question. In addition to the mobile city halls, which are happening on Tuesdays and Saturdays through September 20th, are there any other programs coming out of the clerk's office that our listeners should know about?
Yeah, so go to shycityclerk.com. Follow us on all of our social media handles as well, because all of our mobile city halls that are going to be running till September 20th are on there. You can also get an appointment for our City Key Card program, which is free. And I want to express to all Chicagoans, I have one, my daughter has one. The more Chicagoans that get the City Key Card, the more people who really need it can blend in. And because we don't want it to be a stigma card. And shop at our partners. All of our business partners are online. If you can, give them some love for being a City Key partner and giving that discount. And all that you can find there on our website.
Off the top of your head, you got any of those small business suggestions for us?
Yes,
Yeah, you saw it coming. Any coffee shops where you should be stopping by, theaters? Where do you go when you are off the clock, right? When your life isn't keeping record and providing services for the rest of us?
Hey,
where are the places you go?
I don't know if I'm ever off the clock.
No. You're a public figure. You're never truly off the clock. But where in the city do you go to relax a little bit?
So tonight you'll catch me at the Chicago Sky Game. I'm always at some of Chicago Sky Games, and they are a City Key business partner that offers a discount. Saturday at night, I'll actually be at Chicago Fire Game, and they also are a City Key partner, and they have certain games that you can get a 10% discount off tickets. And then
you said I can't talk about life without some plugs, Kobe. I have to do both.
Only my City Key partners. But a great coffee shop I go to right around the corner from where I live is called Muse Coffee Studio. And every year they do this Inspire by You Fest in Douglas Park, which is really fun, and have like entertainment for families, music for families. Brown Sugar Bakery is amazing. I mean, caramel cakes, enough said there. Art Institute has been a great partner now. We went there for the Frida Kahlo installation that just left, which was really, really cool. And City Key partners could take advantage of that. And then if you want to find me on the weekends, it's usually at a playground or park with my daughter. She loves to hit the playgrounds. That's kind of one of our things around town. When we go out into different neighborhoods, we hit up the playground or some kind of local food. On 26th Street, we love Los Camales. They are also a City Key partner. But yeah, we try to make our way around the city wherever we can. I mean, how can you not? It's like, one, it's summertime shy, and also we have amazing neighborhoods.
Yes, ma'am. You've been in this role for...
Well, hold on. How about you? You got to tell me favorite spots now.
Oh, okay.
Because I have to try some new ones.
Home of the Hoagie. You have to, out in Morgan Park. Okay. I've really been enjoying this classic cobbler spot off of 35th Street in Bronzeville. It's right around this the corner from this hoagie sub place, and it's right on 35th. I think off of like Michigan or Indiana, one of the two.
Okay, it's a cobbler place.
They've got a blueberry cobbler that is absolutely amazing. Let me see. What is it? I don't want to get it wrong.
Blueberry cobbler. So whenever I stop by, I'll have to.
It's called Classic Cobbler, and it's right off of 35th and Prairie. Yep. So I was pretty close. Close. And then I'm always plugging Giant over in Logan Square. That's one of my favorite restaurants in the city.
Giant in Logan Square.
So you got to make some time for them.
Okay, so there's a new place in Logan Square too, that's Latina owned, called La Lunita. It's new.
Okay.
So if you're out in Logan Square, try it. A friend of mine opened it, and La Lunita.
I love this. Plugging friends, plugging city key partners. Seriously, we appreciate you making time for us today. Chicago City Clerk Anna Valencia, it was a fantastic conversation.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You know we can't close the door without some good news. All month long is Footwork Appreciation Month. There are so many events across the city, including adult and youth classes this week, archival footage and music nights, a lakeside chat with the mayor on Friday, and they even got a tournament this weekend. Later this month, there'll be celebrations at the Chicago House Music Festival, the 27th anniversary Beatdown House Party, and the Firehouse Block Party for Peace. Again, these are a lot of events to keep track of. I will drop a link for you in the show notes. Just make some time at some point to get out and celebrate footworking. As always, we appreciate you for listening and reading. I'm showing some special love to our CityCast Chicago neighbors and everybody in our membership program. We see you. We appreciate you. You help keeping this thing alive and going strong. We're going to be back bright and early tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. Peace.